The following is an opinion show, and nothing said in this show should be taken as fact or be taken literally. They're just goofing around, trying to have fun. You do like to have fun, don't you? Also, this show is not for kids, so listener discretion is advised. Welcome to this week's episode of Geekus Speakus, everyone. My name is Dean.
And I'm Bryan. How's it going, everybody?
How's it going? This is a rare moment for our show because, Bryan, we'll be releasing this on April 20th, or 420.
So on Saturday and not Thursday?
Yeah, we're switching it up this year. Also, this is our 42nd episode, so obviously this episode is the meaning of life and everything in the universe. And it's the 2-year anniversary of the show, too.
What?
I know, right? We've been
Well, I feel like I should be getting high for this 420 episode, but I got high last night, and my stuff's kind of over the hill, so I got to get more stuff.
I was going to get donuts, and then I forgot. That way I could have 420 glazed it. Get it?
Oh, god damn it. No. Bad. No. No. Also, didn't they just legalize it over there?
Medicinal purposes, but it's not going to go into effect until like June, so we still got like
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's super easy to get medicinal, but you got that delay.
Because they're still working on the kinks of how to like set it up economically, what to tax it at, which I think they're going to tax at like 8% sales tax.
Okay.
Which was a lot better than yeah. There was another company based in Missouri that was trying to do it out of like 15%, which is ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
And that did not go through.
Ooh.
Luckily. But yeah, so this is gonna be the 420 422 episode, I guess. Just like we're just removing numbers as we go.
20 20.
Yeah. Well, let's go ahead and get into this because you would think with the amount of news that we have, we had skipped 2 weeks.
No, there's a lot of stuff going on right now.
Yeah. So let's go ahead and get into trailer talk.
Trailer talk. So, have you seen this fucking trailer for Joker?
I don't like it.
It looks like an art house movie.
I'm gonna give this a hard pass just on this.
I want to see it, but I like art house movies. If the next trailer is different and looks like a normal superhero movie, I will pass. But it looks like something I'd see at Sundance.
See, it's not the art house feel, because you're right, it does have an art house feel. One, for me, I'm kind of tired of the Joker. Overused villain, in my opinion. That aside, though.
Oh, yeah.
It just doesn't look entertaining in the slightest. I don't know why people think, people want to see the idea of a man fully descending into madness to be a good movie. I mean, I do that on a
like half my favorite movies.
Still, point is, there are better ways to get that kind of fix. I don't know. It just doesn't feel like an entertaining movie to me.
I want to see another trailer because this one piqued my interest of what the fuck is going on. This is not what I expected from the Joker movie. And what would be great is if it was just called the Joker movie, but it had nothing to do with the Joker. It had nothing to do with Batman. It was just a standalone movie, and they needed to make it a tie-in just to get the name.
Okay, then you might actually win me with that. But I don't know. Like, legitimately, after seeing this trailer, which it even admits it's trailer number 1, but I have lost any and all interest in this. Also,
I mean, I had zero interest. I thought this movie was going to be stupid, and it made me more interested.
I'm good. Also, it's technically supposed to be part of the DCEU, and it still doesn't make any goddamn sense. Unless...
I hope it continues to not make any sense.
Unless they run with the 3 Joker theory, which is not a theory, pardon me, the 3 Jokers, because there does exist in continuity 3 Jokers in the comic books. Or the... Jared Leto is actually a Jason Todd theory that's been going around.
Maybe.
I'm willing to accept.
But the next Suicide Squad movie, we'll get into this later, It's not going to be Suicide Squad 2. They've already confirmed it's going to be rebooted.
Yeah, we covered that last episode. James Gunn's going to do a total reboot.
Yeah,
I think one of the reasons why is because Will Smith says he doesn't want to come back for another movie. Let's go ahead and move to the next one here. We
got The Lion King.
Yep.
It doesn't look great, but the music sure did fill me with nostalgia.
Yeah. Also hearing James Earl Jones doing his like regal voice kind of.
I am Mufasa.
Yeah. I was waiting him to go, remember who you are, through the entire damn trailer.
Simba.
Everything the light touches will be yours.
But what about that shadowy place, Dad?
That's Bakersfield. We must never go there.
I can't do Jonathan Taylor Thomas. This is my Jonathan Taylor Thomas voice.
Hi, I'm JTT.
Hi! You may remember me from such movies as The Lion King and such TV shows as Home Improvement.
It's really funny. I legitimately thought doing this. It's as a joke. It's me doing a terrible impersonation of Gilbert Gottfried reading children's novels.
Have you heard the Gilbert Gottfried reading 50 Shades?
That's great. Look up Gilbert Gottfried meditation app.
But yeah, no, it looks like the new Jungle Book, and the new Jungle Book wasn't awful, but it wasn't great either. But it has the soundtrack, and that soundtrack fills me with a ton of childish nostalgia because I had the soundtrack when I was a little boy.
Like this movie has a special place in my heart. The first one, the animated one.
Mm-hmm.
I actually did not like the Jungle Book movie for reference, the live action one, because
most of it wasn't good. I just really liked the
It kind of my point is they kind of missed the point of the book, and to be fair, the movie kind of did too. But the movie was still closer to the book than the live action was. So, I was good with that one. That aside, though. I don't know. Like, I still have mixed feelings about watching this.
I like the oh shoot, the fuck. I like the Christopher Walken Louis in.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
that part was kind of, and they did a good job at making the elephants feel like gods because that's how they were represented in the book.
Right.
More so than the original, the 1950s one.
Yeah.
Because 1950 was like, oh, the elephants are silly, but in the book, in this one, they're like a force of nature and gods.
Right. I don't know. I still have mixed feelings about this, honestly.
True. I'm mixed on it as well. I probably won't see it in theaters.
Then we got another new trailer for the Addams Family.
Da-da-da-da-da. Da-da-da-da.
That's great.
Da-da-da-da. Da-da-da-da. Da-da-da-da.
And we're gonna get sued by. I don't know who owns them right now.
No, I think it's a technical. The tone is pretty.
I can get behind this because the art looks closer to the original comic than it does the 1960s show.
Yeah, and I've seen a lot of people get upset that it doesn't look like the 90s one. Nobody's sexy, and I'm like, but it looks like the 60s comic.
Yeah, it looks like the comic that basically, I think inspired it all. I think it originally was a comic, not a show. I could be wrong though. Let's actually, hold on. Take a small off the beaten path break, and let's Google this. Because now I'm curious.
What are we curious about?
I think the Addams Family started as a comic. And then
yes, it did.
And then became
yes, it did.
Yeah, and then became the 1960s show that people are fans of. And
then it became the one in the 90s movie reboot. And there was also a cartoon in like the 80s.
Yeah, I think there was a cartoon in the 80s.
But it's the designs that they're using are very, like, if you look up the Addams Family and you see the picture like the original like comic one, that's exactly how they look like in this movie.
Yeah, to the T, including like body structure and Gomez having like bags under his eyes and everything.
Yep. Uncle Fester's long nose.
Right. Um, let's see. Let's go and move on to the next bit here because oh well, hold on. What's your opinion? Are you looking forward to this?
Who's doing it again?
I honestly not sure. I will say though, I was kind of mad about this, but there was one joke I kind of liked, in which Wednesday was holding up a red balloon, and Morticia was like, "Weird. Normally, there's a killer clown connected to one of these," and I legitimately laughed at that. That was a pretty good
Oh,
line.
Illumination. Illumination's doing it. Yeah, I might check it out. I might wait till it comes out on like streaming, but I'll probably check it out at some point.
Ooh, Illumination. Ugh.
I do like the cast though.
Ugh. But Illumination.
I know.
Um, let's move on to the next one, I guess. We got the trailer for the new Star Wars movie coming out. It's a teaser, really.
Yeah, but there's a couple things in here, and one, like two things in particular, really make me like pumped.
Okay.
And can you guess this too?
The Palpatine laugh.
Yes.
Boy, howdy! It's been a couple days since I've seen that trailer.
We've talked about it before on this show.
Lando, the return of Lando.
Yep, the return of Billy D. Williams.
Yep. I'm cool with this. We get Billy D back. I'm excited.
Yep. And then it's like at the very end, you hear Palpatine laugh, and you're like, "Is that Palpatine? Holy shit, that's Palpatine! What the fuck? Why is that Palpatine?"
Right. Was he behind it the whole time? Is that why we, like Smoke died so easily?
Oh man, that would be.
That would explain a lot, except how he's still alive.
It's the end of it's the end of a trilogy. That's what people need to wait for. Is the end of a trilogy to figure before they start complaining about plot holes.
Oh, I agree. I did find it interesting that the director of the last movie, whose name suddenly escapes me,
Rian Johnson.
Thank you, Brian Johnson, has said that he doesn't mind if Abrams were to retcon the your parents were nothing from.
Well, I don't think he's telling her the truth, personally.
That's what
I don't think he's telling her the truth.
So here's the train of thought that came from this since watching the movie. The first time, I was like, obviously they're just trying to build up something. As time passed, Brian Johnson's attempt seems legitimate when he did that, but it still feels like there was enough like wiggle room there for whoever the next director will be. I think it's Abrams to go. No, that was just him lying out of his damn teeth.
Oh yeah, I totally think he's lying to her.
So I think Brian Johnson's attempt was legitimate.
Ryan, Rian.
Ryan, excuse me. Rian Johnson's attempt was legitimate, but I feel like he gave at least a little bit of wiggle room to be like, no, he's just a damn liar.
Yeah.
I don't know. This looks pretty good so far. I'm looking forward to this, and what a great time to be a Star Wars fan, I guess. We got more.
Oh no! Just give us another movie that people would call the worst movie ever, and then they'll be like, "Oh, The Last Jedi wasn't that bad. The Rise of the Skywalker is the worst one because I'm that kind of person."
The internet, right? Got it.
Yep.
Let's go to move on to the next one. We got two trailers here in the span since we've been off, but one was more of just general promotion, to be fair, and it's for the.
It's still cool, but
yeah. That's the Detective Pikachu trailers.
this movie looks better than it has any right to be.
It really does, and I'm starting to hope that they make a franchise out of this for us who are no longer like 12.
Right?
Grew up with the series. That'd be really great if they were to like go further with this, just in general.
Right? That would be so cool. I think that one teaser one, the not actual trailer, but the promotional one,
right,
was super cool because you got to see a better look at all the Pokemon.
Yep, and then there was, my favorite was Charmander, of course, and there he was just in a small scene. And then Pikachu beat up a Magikarp and was way too proud of that. Let's see. What are your thoughts on Detective Pikachu so far?
I want to see it. There's a lot of I'm wondering what Mewtwo has to do with anything.
Yeah.
What I really want is to get I still want to see like an art book for this movie of all the different Pokemon.
Right, the 3D renderings that they used for the Pokemon.
Right?
That'd be great. Maybe, like sell it with a special edition or something.
That'd be so cool.
Then we have a new trailer here for Yesterday, which
Yesterday.
now hold on, we will get super sued. Like this is what
We're too small to get sued.
I don't want to risk it. I don't think you understand. People are way too protective of Beatles music. Way too.
A few days ago, memories something fade away.
So the idea behind this movie is a dude who is a musician, kind of a failing musician.
Also, we fit under news, and you can't do if you're referencing something like that, you can't do it with news. That's how Saturday Night Live gets away with shit.
Fair, but they also don't use copyrighted music.
They do make references of somebody humming a tune.
Fair.
We're not actually using the mirror music. It is all my voice.
Man, I'm just saying, like, I don't want to get like the estate of Michael Jackson coming down on us or something.
Well, you know what? I want his estate to come down on us so I can give him a piece of my mind.
Fair, moral ineptitude on their part aside. Well, okay, I can't stay for this state. Technically, moral ineptitude of the artist aside. I don't have that kind of money. Like,
I don't have that kind of money either. You know what, Dean? I am willing to go to court and waste their time for both of us.
Yeah, we'll both be sued though. That's part of the problem.
I will accept full responsibility and waste all of their time.
So the movie though is about a dude who like is a failing musician until one day he like wakes up in a world where the Beatles never existed and just technically just steals all their songs.
Yep.
Which is an interesting idea if you think about it.
It's a crazy no Beatles mixed up world.
What's weird to me is like they reference U2, but a lot of UK bands got their inspiration from the Beatles. So would U2 still be around if the Beatles were not?
It might be like a different way where they got influenced by like Rolling Stones or something.
Yeah, fair. They don't. I mean, we haven't seen the movie yet, so they didn't play any U2 music. It could be closer to Rolling Stones. Sounds. Like I don't know wonder what that's like.
I don't know. Maybe they're not complaining. Maybe it's also a crazy world where like other stuff changed. What else would be different?
A lot of.
What would inspire Charles Manson? Because there's no Helter Skelter.
Yeah, not such a bad one on that one though. Oh no, a racist murderer is not gonna.
But it would also cause Squeaky Fromm not to try to murder the president either.
True.
And Sharon Tate wouldn't be murdered, and Roman Polanski's wife wouldn't have been murdered. Oh man, this is a crazy.
Wait, how did Roman Polanski's wife have to deal with the Beatles existing on it?
Well, because Roman Polanski's wife is Sharon Tate.
Oh, don't know why that didn't click. I mean, it's an interesting idea. I grew up as kind of a Beatles fan.
I like the Beatles.
Yeah. So it'd be interesting to live in to think about that. I would be tempted to do the same thing as the person who steals the Beatles songs, though, if I'm going to be honest.
I can't sing or play guitar well enough.
I can't play guitar well enough, but if I can at least play some alright chords on my guitar, I can probably fake it and just claim that the lyrics are mine.
Yeah, I'd be some sort of like writer guy for their other people.
Right. Let's see. Let's go ahead and move to the next one here. And we got Kumail Nanjiani and I always
Dave Bautista.
Thank you. In a movie called Stuber, which I guess is meant to be like an Uber knockoff, but for the movie.
Yeah, sounds like it.
But it's like Dave Bautista is a cop. It looks like he, according to an interview I heard, he's like he had eye surgery, so he can't see well. So he gets
okay.
Kind of like take Kumail Nanjiani on a cop adventure. It's a pretty interesting idea. Apparently, it was released at South by Southwest and soon in theaters.
I like Kumail Nanjiani.
He is hilarious.
Right?
Love his stand-up, and he did a really good job on the comedian.
Twilight Zone. Yeah, I saw that too.
And I've heard good things about The Big Sick, the movie that he did with his wife.
Yes, yes, I forget that's about his wife.
Um, but I mean, I could get behind this. I mean, how many buddy cop action movies are there out nowadays that don't involve Ice Cube?
Right? Like I can get behind. I like because it seems like an odd pairing.
Right,
'Cause you got like kind of awkward Kamal and
Kumail.
Drax.
Yeah. Okay, new goal. If we can, our next pointless Twitter campaign should get Kumail Nanjiani into the Marvel Cinematic Universe somehow.
Yes, but who would he play?
I don't know. Um,
Who hasn't been taken yet?
this is gonna be trimmed down a bit, but now I'm kind of wondering who I want him to be.
Hmm.
Uh, what about one of the lesser known Avengers groups? Not like Great Lakes because they're kind of a joke, but a lesser known Avengers group.
Yeah, I'm thinking
Let's see. Well, not now I think
Avengers.
about it, except for maybe like new characters. There's not a lot of like Marvel Pakistani heroes.
You can race swap. It's fine. Race swapping's fine. Nothing wrong with race swapping.
Let's see. Who do I want
I
Kamal?
know people bitch about it, but there's nothing wrong with it. If it works, it works.
Well, I'm not a big fan of unnecessary whitewashing though.
Well,
Uh,
true, but this is the opposite.
if it makes sense in continuity, I'm less annoyed by it. But
Yeah.
um,
No, 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 no.
let's
Uh, Part of me wants to say Hercules, but that'll be awful.
see. Hmm.
Let's see. Well, I'm looking at members of people who. No, he doesn't quite fit a Sam Williams type.
We could bring.
Not.
Well, the
He's not quite
Sam Williams already
like.
exists though. He's Falcon.
No, I'm talking Simon Williams, not Sam
Oh,
Williams.
okay.
Wonder Man.
Yeah, I gotcha.
She's not quite attractive enough to be Star Fox.
Let's see. No, I don't need that. I don't need Showtimes. I need a Wikipedia.
Moon Knight.
Here we go. Not Moon Knight. I mean, I want him to be some. It'd be cool to have him like as a leading hero, but not Moon Knight.
Kind of wanted to do Darkhawk. That'd be fun to do a kind of a nerdy Darkhawk.
Let's see if we can...
And that would explain why he's so try hard edgy is because he's a nerd.
Nah.
Jack of Hearts.
Let's see. Average leader is Black Panther, Captain Marvel, Ghost Rider, She-Hulk, Thor, Blade. No. An alternative future timeline known as MC2, the Avengers disband, and Avengers Mansion was a museum and emergency force.
I kind of want him to be Nova. Make him Richard Rider.
Okay, I'm down for that.
Yeah, Richard Rider's not like established by his race. That's not a thing about his character. Yeah, make him Richard Rider, and Richard Rider is kind of comedic at times.
Okay, I'm down with that. Plus, we could use more attention on Nova. Maybe in the next set of waves.
And if you have him Nova, you can have him meet up with the Guardians.
True. You can introduce him in the Guardians, and then he can be part of whatever the new Avengers movie is going to be. And because he's Nova, you could bring him on for Galactus, who would logically be the next big villain for the MCU.
Yeah. No, I would say Nova.
Yeah, that makes sense. All right, Kumail Nanjiani, we want you to be Nova. I like this idea.
Richard Rider Nova.
Yeah. Let's go and move to the next bit here. This movie, I mean, I don't know what to make of it, but I kind of like the idea.
I do, but are you getting a Kick-Ass vibe as well?
Yeah, kind of. But to be fair, I actually kind of liked Kick-Ass.
I did too, but this looks fun.
Yeah. So the general plot is it's kind of like Bowfinger in a way, where the guy is making a movie, but for his promotional material, he has like a woman who can kick ass, go out and fight crime, and then shit gets real, and she has to fight actual like hardcore crime, rather than just like stopping a mugger or something.
Yeah.
And I kind of like that for a movie. Something about that is appealing.
Yeah, I can. Yeah.
So the question is, are we ever going to get a Phoenix Jones movie? Sorry. Um, uh, I kind of like this as a movie. I kind of want to see this now.
Right? I'll probably try to see it. It looks fun. I'm kind of curious about that bad guy and
Legitimate question for you, because you do live in the Northwest. Are you aware of Phoenix Jones?
is he the guy in Seattle?
Yeah, he's the crime fighter in Seattle.
Yeah. I'm aware of him.
Okay. Um, I was just curious because I've been reading up on him lately, so I was like, what is
Oh shit, he was only born in 1988.
who Phoenix Jones?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's our age. He's like a former
Seattle, Washington.
he's a former
Uh,
UFC fighter turned crime fighter, and he apparently had his own like Justice League, but disbanded them. Kind of
um,
kind of cool actually.
I I kind of had a dream of doing the vigilante thing for a while, but realized I'm too fat and lazy. But I do have like a design for like an outfit and stuff.
Um, I here's the thing. I'm sure every comic book geek has thought of the vigilante life at least once, and I can never get the outfit right because I'm too practical, but I also don't want to look a fool.
Oh yeah,
So,
no, I got a whole practical outfit designed.
oh, nice.
It's just a matter of like buying it and putting it together.
There you go. If we ever go as a con, we'll go as our what hero personas. I don't know, like
Our
mix
our
Heronas,
yeah, personas,
Versonas,
personas,
vigilante personas, Versonas.
personas. Yeah.
Yeah, Versonas. Okay, that's what the fuck. Uh, we got talking about Kick-Ass and Phoenix Jones, and then about our Versonas.
Yep.
Let's move on to the next movie. We got Dead Don't Die with Bill Murray and Adam Driver and RZA and a bunch of fucking people apparently.
I'm getting a really I'm getting more of a Return of the Living Dead more than a Night of the Living Dead vibe from this.
I'm getting more of a Zombieland than Night of the Living Dead.
I was trying to avoid Zombieland. I don't know, I've gotten really sick and tired of Zombieland. It's not the best fucking zombie movie out there, guys. Stop it. Okay?
No.
It's a good movie,
Yeah.
but stop praising it for what it isn't.
Oh, here's the thing though. That's the problem. It is a zombie movie in the same sense that Walking Dead is a zombie series. There are zombies in it, but the focus is not about the horror of the zombies. I legitimately like Zombieland, but I mean, the zombies are secondary to the plot, really.
Yeah, and the how was it Zombieland also gets a lot from Return of the Living Dead.
Yeah.
It's the more comedic zombie movie where the zombies still have a bit of like their functionality of like their remember like what they remember.
Right. Speaking of zombies, by the way, and I'm not sure how I feel about this, but I decided to go ahead and peruse Epic Games store, and they have World War Z on there, the video game, not based on the novel written by Max Brooks,
But based on the movie?
Yeah, but based on the Brad Pitt movie.
Huh.
Yeah, they even advertised. I was like, that's kind of weird. Also, why do people just not like Max Brooks' book? Apparently,
I liked
World War Z.
Brooks's book,
Yeah.
but it's a hard one to make into a movie. You'd have to make it into like an anthology series.
Okay, fair. I don't know. I like Max Brooks as because he's a pretty interesting guy, and I just like why does no one apparently like his damn book? No one wants to do anything with it.
Right.
Let's go. Well, hold on. We didn't give our opinion of the movie. We got distracted. What did you think of Dead Don't Die?
Honestly, as I said, it kind of reminds me a little bit too much of Zombieland. I'll see it. I like Adam Driver. I like Bill Murray. It looks like it'd be fun. I like half the cast. Yeah.
Then we have the new Avengers Endgame trailer. There's nothing in here we basically haven't seen other than Captain gives a really good speech. The part that I'm a little confused about
I mainly haven't done the research because I haven't had the time this week. I've been really busy this week. But people are offended about Captain Marvel's look whenever Thor pulls his hammer. Do you know what that's about?
Oh, yeah, they were talking about that. It's because this was actually filmed before Captain Marvel was,
Mm-hmm.
and they hadn't completely decided on her look yet.
Mm-hmm.
And so they just kind of went with a different look. That's why she's kind of making it up. But also, it's been like 20 years since the events of Captain Marvel. Somebody can change how they look in 20 years.
Yeah, I don't get why that.
Also, this could be after, like, oh, hey, you're back from, like, well, the first time we see her, she's a little mussed up, and then she shows up at the end of Captain Marvel, she's a little mussed. But maybe she comes back, and this is after she's had a shower and, like, changed her clothes.
Yeah, she's also had a bit. We don't know what the sequence of events are, so chill, people.
Right? But I like her whole notion of, yeah, well, you guys didn't have me, so...
I mean, fair. She's literally one of the strongest in the universe from Marvel. So, I mean, in the movie, spoiler alert for people who haven't seen it, but she like even managed to get Ronan the Accuser to back off.
Right?
I don't know. I'm still down for this. I don't know.
Yeah, I want to see it.
I don't feel like people are gonna get less excited though. Okay, here's my grievance that I've been having. It seems like they've been releasing a trailer like every week, and people are not excited, or people are not excited. If you get what I mean, people are excited. Quit releasing trailers. You're just wasting digital space.
I need all the trailers.
We've already. I mean, you haven't seen the movie.
Give me 6 hours of trailers that have nothing in the movie.
It's just gonna be Captain sitting there drinking coffee, reading a newspaper. It's the New York Times.
Yeah. Yeah.
And let's go ahead and move on because we're still on trailer talk, but let's go move on to video games for trailer talk.
Trailer talk.
So, go ahead. Sorry, go ahead.
Control. What do you think of this one?
So Control. I like psychic characters because it's kind of a fun thought, but I don't have much. Go ahead.
It looks cool. I don't know what to make of it. Like,
I'm gonna be honest. That's basically how I felt. I don't know what to make of it. The gameplay looks pretty decent.
What's the story?
Yeah, what's the story? I mean, it looks decent, but there's not really an explanation of what's going on. It's just kind of like, here's some gameplay footage.
Yeah, it is. I mean, it looks cool. The powers look cool. I wanted the story.
Fair. This next one, I am actually pretty damn excited for, even if it has no gameplay footage. It's just, in-game asset trailer, basically.
I want it. So, you know what I want from this? Okay, we're talking about the new Star Wars Jedi game, and it uses the same font as the old Jedi Knight games.
Yep, and it's Jedi Fallen Order. And
what I'm hoping this is the new Kyle Katarn.
Cool. You know what I'm hoping for? That this game
is
legitimately good. There is no more microtransactions or multiplayer because I'm getting fucking tired.
Oh no, I think they said that. I think they put a press release on this. There isn't going to be any microtransactions.
Right. But this is EA we're talking about. Mind you, they're using a different studio. They're not using DICE. But
also, EA is on their last straw with Disney.
EA is on their last straw with everyone. I mean that literally because I don't think I put it in the news. But people are going to getting upset about the news for the new Dragon Age games too, because it's going to be close along the lines of like a few multiplayer games out there.
Yeah.
EA's pissing everyone off. This has to be a single player experience, or I will be fucking pissed, and it has to be really good, because EA's been on my shit list for years from just making multiplayer Star Wars games. I don't want to play multiplayer Star Wars games. I just want to play a Star Wars game.
This looks like it's going to be a good single player one. And I'm really, really... By the way that character looks, he kind of looks like a young Kyle Katarn.
Okay.
And they've been implementing good stuff from the EU into the new EU.
Right.
And Kyle Katarn is one of those good things that hasn't been implemented yet. And so it'd be super cool if that was Kyle Katarn.
So what do you think of like the lightsaber, the broken lightsaber he had towards the end of the trailer?
I think it's a cool function to go in there. Maybe it'll make it so you have to do things that would make it so you actually have to use like guns and stuff.
I did think,
or your force powers.
right? What I did think was interesting, they did announce that, unlike in previous Star Wars titles, if you come across a normal stormtrooper and you hit them with your lightsaber, it'll just be the end of that stormtrooper, which I like, because in a lot of Star Wars games, stormtroopers took way too much damage for being hot plasma going through them. So I legitimately was like, that's a cool idea. Thank you for finally acknowledging that those are really good weapons, if you know how to use them.
Yeah, I feel it's going to be a thing of like it's broken, so you can't rely on it the whole time,
Right.
and you're gonna have to use other ways to get past it.
But I have not been jazzed for Star Wars since episode 7. Yeah, since episode 7. But I don't know. This looks good. I think it's because I enjoy Star Wars video games more than I enjoy their movies half the time.
I'm really well. This will go from okay, that's cool to I kind of really want to see I kind of really want it to be Cal-Katarn. Cal-Katarn was fucking cool.
Speaking of Star Wars, let's go ahead and move on to news. And Disney has announced that after episode 9, they're going to go on a hiatus for Star Wars.
That seems fair.
It's a good idea. It really is.
They kind of went too hard and too fast, and people start noticing the issues with Star Wars movies when you give them too much too quick.
Yeah. It's not like the MCU where you can get put on a movie every year, movie or 3, every year. It's, how to put it, Star Wars is something meant to be enjoyed once in a while, but not all the time.
Yeah.
That's how I feel about Star Wars. I mean,
that's a good way to put it.
I'm sure there's someone out there who disagrees with us, but that's, to me, it feels like a dessert. Something you have once in a while, but not all the time.
You think you want it all the time, but when you start having it all the time, you don't feel very good.
Yeah. I don't know. Like, I think it's a good idea. I'm wondering if that means it's gonna put a hiatus on Lando, though, because I actually do want to see a Lando movie with Donald Glover.
Lando Calrissian,
the coolest person in space. Yep.
I want to see how he got Cloud City.
That'd be cool. I don't know. It's like this could be good for the series overall, is what I'm thinking.
Yeah. Hopefully it's not like a 20-year hiatus, maybe just like a couple years or so.
Yeah, like 2 or 3 years.
Next one, they're talking more about the Black Widow movie. I want it to be the Red Room, but they're like, it probably won't be about the Red Room because somebody else made a movie that's basically that story, and they're probably going to do something different. I'm like, oh.
Yeah, apparently they did a movie recently that's very similar to the Red Room, but it wasn't obviously a Marvel movie. It was just, like a Russian old girls' school that was meant to make Russian assassins, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
I look forward to this because it's kind of weird that after being in nearly every movie, she's not been, had her own. But I'm legitimately looking forward to this.
Yeah, I am looking forward to it.
Yeah. Let's see. Do you want to go and get the next one?
Blah, blah. Sorry, I was just looking up the Red Pharaoh. Oh, Red Sparrow is the sexist Black Widow movie nobody asked for.
Oh, is that the movie they're referring to when they say that? The Red
Yeah,
Sparrow?
if Marvel's done smart thing, we wouldn't have to deal with Red Sparrow. Based on the 2013 novel by former CIA operative Jason Matthews, its heroine is especially similar to Black Widow. Both are trained ballerinas, both attended abusive boarding schools for Russian spies, both use suggestion and manipulation to achieve their goals, and both were crafted entirely by male filmmakers. The annuals Red Sparrow is too corny to be taken seriously, like Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy, and too traumatizing to be a fun romp like 007 or Atomic Blonde. If they remove some of the sexual assault scenes, I'd be more forgiving. But you get the impression that director Francis Lawrence and writer Justin Hayth, sexual assault was kind of a point. Former ballerina Dominica Jennifer Lawrence, because the spy to earn medical treatment for her ailing mother, but the relationship barely receives any screen time. It's just an excuse to kickstart Dominica's arc from sexual victim to empowered super spy. So basically, yeah. So that doesn't sound very good.
All right then.
Don't see Red Sparrow, I guess.
Yeah, I guess that's the lesson we take from this. Um, well, it's
Yeah.
go ahead.
So why are they making an Eternals movie?
Because
Or is it a
reasons.
TV show?
I, I mean,
Who cares about the Eternals? Also, hey, oh shit, Kamal Nanjiani.
what? Oh, hey. Never mind. Kamal Neon Johnny's gonna be in this apparently. All right, so we have to take back what we said earlier, and stick with not being too critical of this because it kind of defeats the purpose of what we're gonna say.
Yeah, I still
Um,
don't know anything about the Eternals and this.
hold up. I will say real quick before you were about to.
Oh shit! You know we were talking about Star Fox and he couldn't be Star Fox?
Is he playing Star Fox?
No, but that's one of the Eternals.
Hold on. Let me go ahead and this is from the Nerdist, who is reporting for the Hollywood Reporter, saying that Kamal Neon Johnny himself, an Oscar nominee, is also very likely to join the cast. Who exactly will be playing is unknown at this point, but the production is reportedly looking for someone to fill the role of Makuri. I probably said that wrong.
Makari?
Yeah. As a member of the Eternal Technologist Guild, he designed and built high-speed vehicles for his people. He also has superhuman speed, strength, reflexes, and other members of the Eternals that could be possibilities are Star Fox and Gilgamesh, or the Forgotten One. The Eternals is
I don't
scheduled
think
for.
you do Star Fox very well.
Um, real quick, the Eternals is scheduled to go into production next year in 2020. I don't
Oh,
know.
that's right. These guys are um
Basically, Matt Damon stuff.
Thanos' crazy family.
Yeah. I mean, this is
That's
not.
right.
It's not necessarily a bad thing because, like, you're about to say, hey, why do we need an Eternals a series or movie, whatever they're gonna do? Who cares about the Eternals? But nobody cared about the Guardians of the Galaxy either up until the Guardians of the Galaxy movie.
You have a point.
Like, I didn't know about Guardians of the Galaxy until the Guardians of the Galaxy movie, and then
I knew about them, but I didn't know. I didn't care much about them.
fair. And it does make some sense. So one, good to know that Kamal Neon Johnny will be in the upcoming movie.
Yeah, it looks like it's a movie. 2020 is when they're going to start working on it.
Okay. Um, like we had originally pitched just a few minutes earlier in the episode. But I don't know. Like maybe this could be good. To be fair, like the worst of the Star Wars was still a pretty not Star Wars. Excuse me. The worst of the MCU was still an okay movie, and for me, that was the first Thor movie.
Yeah, I was about to say Thor.
Yeah. Well, the first two Thors were bad, but the first Thor was more boring than the rest of the series, rest of Thor. So,
Yes.
and I'm still down for this. That's what I'm saying. The better news here is that Idris Elba looks like will be replacing Will Smith for Suicide Squad 2, or taking on the role of Deadshot.
Yeah. So the Suicide Squad reboot.
Yeah. Let's see. No, wait, hold on. It seems after week's discussion, all.
Oh yeah, no, it's not Deadshot. They don't know who he's going to play right now.
Good news, the good news. Idris Elba will star in James Gunn's Suicide. The bad news, he is no longer going to play Deadshot. The character originally in 2016 is going to Will Smith, according to Variety. So
I don't think they'll do. I don't think he'll do Captain Cold.
Yeah.
They're saying Captain Cold, but I don't think he's going to do Captain Cold.
Well, the thing is, like a lot of people they brought in for Suicide Squad, so maybe we can get like Heatwave or something in there instead.
Yeah.
And Heatwave is a villain that no one cares about, so people being upset about the whole race swap thing doesn't fucking matter. No one cares about Heatwave.
Yeah, no. But that's the thing with the Suicide Squad is there are a lot of like characters nobody really cares about.
Well, they still can bring in what's her name? Emma Frost? No. Killer Snow, Killer Ice. I can't remember.
Oh yeah, Killer Ice, I think.
Killer Frost.
Killer Frost. Yes. Killer
Yeah.
Frost.
They could still bring in Killer Frost. They could still bring a bunch of people into the Suicide Squad.
True.
Because if they're gonna reboot, I have a feeling if they bring back characters, it's gonna be Harley Quinn, Diablo, because apparently Diablo was actually like the third most popular character from the last movie.
Really?
Yeah, everyone I talked to who had watched it said they liked Diablo. They didn't like, fuck Captain Boomerang, but Diablo was fine.
I love Captain Boomerang, so
I love him. I love the character in concept. It's a really funny, really great concept.
You know what I would rather have instead of Suicide Squad? Give me a Rogues movie, like make it a Flash movie, but make it like from the Rogues' point of view.
A Rogues Gallery movie.
Well, no, this is called the Rogues, not the Rogues Gallery. The Flash villains are known as the Rogues.
So real quick, because I know that they had a main core. The Rogues consist of Captain Cold, Heatwave, Captain Boomerang, and who else?
Well, Mirror Master.
Oh, wait, no, it wasn't Heatwave. It was Firebug.
I'm bringing it up right now.
Because they had like a main set for the.
No, the main ones I know of are Captain Cold, Captain Boomerang, Mirror Master. But yeah, no, do it from the Flash one because I love the Rogues because they have like a set of rules they follow, like don't kill kids, don't kill women, right. Don't kill if you don't have to, all this other stuff. Captain Cold, Mirror Master, Pied Piper, Weather Wizard, Trickster, right. Captain Boomerang, okay. Heatwave is in there, yeah, Heatwave. Oh, okay. Golden Glider, Rainbow Raider. The modern one, which is probably similar to the one they do, Mirror Master, Trickster, Captain Boomerang.
Well, I knew they had a fire-based villain. I couldn't remember if it was him or Firebug between Heatwave.
Yeah, no, do Heatwave. So do the Captain Boomerang, Captain Cold, Mirror Master, Heatwave. Maybe throw a girl in there. Do like a small team, and it's them trying to do a heist.
Or fuck it.
And
why not just use the Rogues for the fucking Suicide Squad movie?
Because they're not Suicide Squad.
Yeah, but a lot of
I don't want the Suicide Squad name attached to it. I want it to be called Rogues.
Fair, but most of those people have actually been part of Suicide Squad at one point.
Oh yeah, but that's because they're why they've been part of Suicide Squad? Because the Rogues are the bad guys that are least likely to like murder you.
Yeah, they're C-villains, but they're villains with like some morals, just loose morals, admittedly, but they have some morals.
Oh, there's a cool scene in the if you read the I want to say it's the Injustice comics with Captain Cold, of Captain Cold freezing the no, they're fighting Earth 3. It was not Injustice. It was the Forever Evil storyline, and it's the Earth 3. The bad guy superheroes showed up and took over everything, and Captain Cold's like basically freezes the evil Flash's legs and then shatters them. And basically goes, here's the thing, Flash and I having we both don't go as hard as we can on each other.
Yeah. And that would be the way to do it too, because I mean, that's what I find interesting. Flash actually is pretty decent to his villains.
Yep.
I mean, Trickster and him are kind of buddies. That's what's weird about them.
No, he's good at his villains because his villains aren't out like Batman villaining up.
True. They're more like, I just want money, usually. Most of villains are just, I want money.
And I know like Captain Cold, Mirror Master, and those ones are one of the few that are the quickest to like, yeah, we'll help save the world.
Isn't Mirror Master just kind of knockoff of Taskmaster, though?
No, Mirror Master uses mirrors.
Oh, who am I thinking?
And like literally goes into a mirror dimension. It can teleport between mirrors.
It's gonna bother me because this is where I get lost in comics, is because mine are villains, and I want to say there was like a DC version of Taskmaster, and I cannot remember what it is.
Oh, that's honestly more like Deathstroke, to be honest.
Okay, fair.
Here it is. So Captain Cold just shattered Johnny Quick of Evil Flash's leg, and he's like, wait until it thaws out. See, the Flash and I got a mutual respect. That's the difference between you and him. Besides having 2 legs.
Damn Snoke. Jeez.
Yeah, Snoke is one of those characters that he is willing to, like, for the greater good, join up with the heroes.
Yeah, because he's not like a normal villain. He's kind of an anti-villain, I guess is the term.
Yes. I would love an anti-villain movie and I don't want the Suicide Squad Amanda Waller thing hanging over them.
Fair.
It's gonna be it's them planning a heist and then them trying to avoid the Flash.
Gotcha. Let's move to the next bit here because I know some people who are legitimately excited, and I'll be honest, I've never seen the original. But they're moving forward with a live-action Akira movie.
You should see the original. I don't want this movie. I don't want it. Please don't. Make it go away. Make it go away.
I don't know, because I have no, at the moment, I have no stake in this game because I've never seen the original. I also have never read the manga that inspired it all.
Okay, so the manga is like the thickness of a text. Is like, okay, it's like twice as thick as like a Harry Potter book.
Okay, well, it makes sense because, well, a lot of those old mangas got kind of thick. Like, what was it? The Edge of Tomorrow was based off of a comic book that was just like.
And so the anime is super condensed,
Right.
and a little change. I still recommend go see Akira.
Mhm.
It is one of the best animated movies of all time.
Okay.
I'm not talking anime. I'm talking animation in general.
Okay.
It is gorgeous. It's amazing.
Next bit, I want to go ahead and cover real quick because I've been
Stop making a live action one. It will not be good.
Right. So real quick, I'm gonna cover a bit of rumors that have been going around, and then a response. So there have been rumors that in the upcoming.
God damn it, Taika Waititi. I'm sorry. Taika Waititi's part of that Akira movie, and it's like, no, Taika Waititi, you do comedy. Akira is not comedy. Stop it.
Yeah.
Stop it. Okay, go finish your thing.
So there have been rumors that Jackie Chan would be returning for a Rush Hour 4 and a Karate Kid 2. Once again, to point out that it's not the Karate Kid 2 because there's no karate. Whatever. Anyway, there were rumors going around that he was going to come back for those movies. Jackie Chan's group, which I knew he had a group, I knew he had like a setup. I didn't think he had like a whole group. Released a statement recently, and I'm going to go ahead and read this a bit.
Okay.
With respect to the recent news asserting that Mr. Jackie Chan will act in the motion picture Rush Hour 4 and Karate Kid 2, and news that relates to the casting of these two pictures, we, as Mr. Chan's exclusive management company, hereby issue the following statement on behalf of Mr. Chan. We have noticed the false information that Mr. Chan will act in the motion pictures Rush Hour 4 and Karate Kid 2, and is spreading through multiple social media platforms, and that certain apparently infringing parties have misappropriated the personal WeChat and email accounts of Mr. Esmond Ren, a motion picture industry professional, to release false information concerning the hiring of the crew, casting, audition, and other matters in connection with the pictures Rush Hour 4 and the Karate Kid 2. With respect to the above information, on behalf of Mr. Chan, we hereby declare that any and all such information, as spread by such infringers related to Mr. Chan providing or about to provide acting services in the motion picture, once again referring to the movies, is false. Any relevant information released by an infringer, though appropriating and with personal WeChat and email accounts of Mr. Esmond Ren, is false to Mr. Chan, does not have anything to do with the released information or the content thereof. There's a bit more, but you get the idea. So
I just got your text asking if I was ready to record.
Wow. Well, kind of in the thick of it now. I'm a little bit too late for that one.
So no Rush Hour, no Karate Kid?
Not with Jackie, which is a shame
Okay.
because as much as I liked the original Karate Kid more than the remake, Mr. Han was a lot more likable than
Miyagi?
Yeah, Mr. Miyagi. Because, well, the backgrounds were very similar. He was less mystic sensei, more, guy trying to deal with his hardship, but finding it in somebody else, sort of thing.
Mm-hmm. So did you see the new Kink Karate Kid?
The remake they did in like 2010, I think is what it was.
Yeah.
With Jaden Smith and Jackie Chan.
Yeah, it wasn't awful.
It wasn't awful. I just got annoyed by the name because, well,
he's not doing karate.
He's not doing karate.
Yeah, I know.
I love kung fu movies, legitimately. Like, I love them. And I was like, don't get me wrong, this is a good movie. I also really love kung fu. This works out for me. This is just not Karate Kid. That was my only real complaint. Like, I get Kung Fu Kid would not have worked, but they really could have done something a bit better to be fair, we did get a reboot of Karate Kid, and it's called Cobra Kai. Go check it out. It's actually pretty good.
Cobra Kai.
Yep.
Ta-da.
There's no fear in this dojo.
There is no fear in this JoJo.
Let's move on from that.
Oh, there's going to be a season 2 of Cobra Kai coming out soon.
Yep, I'm looking forward to that. Even though I've not finished the first one. The first 2 episodes.
I actually need to sit and watch the first one.
The first 2 episodes are free, and then you have to pay for a YouTube subscription. So
I pay for a YouTube subscription. That's because I hate dealing. I like to be able to have the playing in the background on my phone.
Okay.
And I hate ads.
If an ad ever interrupts me, I am less likely to buy the product than ever before.
So,
especially you car companies who refuse to let me skip.
oh shit! I should have put that in the movie section. That should have been up higher, not in TV. Oh well. So there's a Disney streaming service coming out, and I want you to talk about your opinions on it first, and then I'll bring up some of mine.
I love it and hate it because it continues the monopoly that Disney has on our media, but they're going to include many movies, many shows, original content, every season of the Simpsons.
The Simpsons. Okay, I want to talk about that one for a second. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So what I want is because I'll be honest, the FX app is okay.
Mhm.
It's not great.
Okay.
There's a lot of buffering. It only works on certain devices. It's not a good app. What I want from the Simpsons, the one on the Disney one, is here's a couple things I want. I want the option to be able to listen with commentary.
Mm-hmm.
I want the original aspect ratios. If I'm having to watch seasons, basically anything before season, like whenever they go the full screen,
Right.
the widescreen. Right. If I'm watching like season 4 of Simpsons and it's not the original, if it's like fucking 16 by 9, I'm gonna be fucking pissed.
Right.
Because old Simpsons should not be 16 by 9. Right. Don't watch it 16 by 9. That's the worst thing about watching it on FX. It's cool it's on FX, but it cuts off so many jokes. And I want a randomizer. I want to be able to watch, like, just give me a random selection of episodes. Give me a random episode. Let me watch it like how I remember watching it.
Right. Look, I legitimately I like the idea of the Simpsons being an all-access place, because the problem with the FX app is that you have to have a subscription with some kind of
cable company.
Yeah, like cable or satellite company, or you have to wait like once a day to watch like 2 episodes, and that's horseshit. Yeah. So I like to be able to, because sometimes I want to go back to old Simpsons, like really old, like season 4 or 5, right? Because those were some of the best. But I don't know, like I don't want to give money to Disney. They have already gotten money for years of life.
I have one more thing that nobody's talked about. I haven't seen anybody else talk about this.
All right, go ahead.
Disney owns National Geographic now.
I have a hard time caring about that one, I'm not going to lie.
This is a huge thing for me. I don't care if you don't care about it. I'm going to talk about it.
No, go ahead. No,
because
for reference, I'm not trying to be a jerk. I just say like I'm not a National Geographic person, but go ahead.
I've been a National Geographic fan for pretty much all of my life. I've had subscriptions to them on and off throughout my entire life.
Okay.
Do you know how much it upset me when it turned out that Rupert Murdoch bought National Geographic?
About as much as it paid me whenever he bought The Onion.
Yeah. So you get this guy who's just a terrible person and not good for stuff, trying to sell you a thing that's supposed to be about like environment and the world and culture and stuff. All the things that Rupert Murdoch is not.
Right.
And I just made the realization because I was looking. They're showing the picture of the what's going to be the screen, and in the corner over there is the National Geographic symbol, and I'm like, why is nobody talking about this? This is so. It's not controlled by Murdoch anymore, and it's not controlled by like Fox. Like Disney actually cares a little bit about the environment.
Right.
This is amazing. We can actually get National Geographic back. Get like, oh man, the documentaries. The Disney app is going to have documentaries on it.
Right.
Oh my. That alone will make me willing to pay the $6 a month.
Okay.
That plus The Simpsons, I will pay $6 a month.
All right, fair. I mean, you won me at The Simpsons plus all the original content that's coming out, which, I mean, we're going to get a bit more into the show a bit later. But, yeah, I can understand that.
Yeah.
Let's see. 1 second. Because we had like another bit of news here, and I can't seem to fucking find what I wanted to talk about. Oh, wow. You know, whatever. Let's go and move on. Let's see. Oh, not this next bit of news. It's further down. Pardon me. So we're getting Shake Shack. Are you familiar with Shake Shack?
I'm familiar with it. I've never been. I've heard. From what I've heard, I don't think I'd like it.
It's okay. I've had it like once, but they're doing a Game of Thrones inspired menu.
I want a Greyjoy sausage platter.
Okay.
Tyrion. What's it? Not Tyrion. Theon. Theon doesn't have a dick. He got it chopped off, and then what's his face? Bolton ate a sausage in front of him just to freak him out even more after like castrating him.
Okay. I'm not a Game of Thrones fan, so a lot of this is kind of lost on me.
That's fine. Oh yeah, by the way, the last season premieres tonight.
Yep, at the time of this recording, which for us at the moment it's 6:41 p.m. Central Standard Time on the 14th.
4:41 Pacific Standard Time.
On the 14th of April is when we're recording this, and yeah, so we're gonna get a new episode of Game of Thrones. Are you gonna be like watching it when it premieres?
Probably not. I don't have HBO currently, so I'll have to get it later.
Okay. Let's move on to the next bit here.
Oh wait, you know what? Hold on. I wanted to look more at that Shake Shack. I want to see what some of those menu items were real fast.
Okay.
Do they show them? Looks like a burger. The Dracarys burger is a Honore Jack.
Let's see.
With stuff.
I'm probably gonna say all this wrong because I don't keep up, but in keeping with Shake Shack's Rolza Ricohen's commitment to premium ingredients and thoughtful sourcing, the Dragon Glass Shake is a Trompes Romi Rolza.
Oh, they're just saying how to say it in Valerian. Don't worry about the parentheses.
Is a prime example of the wall of table movement. Custard is frozen with packed snow harvested beyond the wall and hand turned by memory. I get it. It's fucking Game of Thrones. Tell me what's in the damn thing.
It's a milkshake. That's all it is.
Fuck you.
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, it's nothing special. I was hoping it'd be like, you know, Denny's does like crazy menu items for like the Hobbit menu, and it's like actually like inspired. No, this is just like a burger, a jalapeno burger that they're calling a dragon burger.
Yeah. Okay. I guess that's not the craziest thing, but you know, fuck your shit if you're just making burgers and saying, "Oh, it's a dragon burger."
Dragon burger.
Let's make it out of like bison. Don't make it out of normal beef. Do something interesting. Jesus. Anyway, move on to the next bit here. Looks like we're gonna get a Ghost of Tsushima release date, or we have one. Pardon me.
Yeah. It looks like it's an open world game. That's kind of cool.
I kind of like it because the trailer that was showed at E3 last year, which we did talk about, was really great. And I guess it's gonna be like an open world situation. People who have played it says it's kind of like playing The Witcher.
No, that's Sekiro.
Really?
Oh wait, are you talking about Sekiro or you Ghost of Tsushima? Sorry, I'm getting sorry, I got for some reason when you said Witcher, I was thinking Dark Souls. I don't know why.
No, that's fine. Well,
I guess you punched demons in both of them.
True. Let's see. We got some news here. The character's name is going to be Jin Sakai. Ghost of Tsushima's gameplay has sword, stealth, and grappling hooks, so it does kind of come off Sekiro, I guess. It's going to be an open world adventure set in feudal Japan, which is a really interesting era. Ghost of Tsushima's release date has not been revealed, but Nerdist said in the thing that it was, whatever. And it's supposed to have like really stunning scenery, like actual Japan has really stunning scenery.
It'd be cool to have a nice open world in Japan and stuff, and
yeah,
that'd be cool.
I'm looking forward to this. Not as much as other stuff immediately, but a good open world Japan game. Japan, I can't speak apparently. I could be down for.
Yeah.
So the next bit of news here is that Hawkeye is going to get a series for the streaming Disney streaming service.
Hear me out on this. I want it to be the West Coast Avengers. I want it to be him trying to put together the West Coast Avengers.
Greatly going to have to disagree with you, and the main reason for that, because he did one called Occupy Avengers, it is awesome. He gets like a bunch of non-powered heroes to work with him to take out like evil, specifically even just like protecting like scrolls.
Oh, that'd be a cool one too. I could go for that one as well.
They even had Red Wolf, and that's one I'm kind of hoping to run with them. Red Wolf is a Native American who like works with him during the events. I need to like finish that series because reading it was pretty cool. But it's basically they just took like a bunch of the non-powered superheroes and got them on one team.
Okay.
So I'm down for Hawkeye series, especially if they do the Occupy Avengers one.
I want to see how his portrayal as being Ronin is in the movie, the movie in game, because he's definitely playing Ronin in game.
Definitely.
And so I want to see how his character is in that before I make a full yes or no on this, because that might change the opinion of it a lot.
True. Well, speaking of superheroes, we got that Umbrella Academy Season 2 has been announced.
Parasol School.
Yeah, Parasol School. Here's the thing. I honestly did not like Umbrella Academy, but they've got...
I haven't watched it, and it's because I've been hearing mixed reviews of it.
How to put it? They're going to get me to watch Season 2, but I found the characters way too damn whiny. Like, shit, focus where you need to, and stop worrying about, your brother was an asshole, your father was an asshole. Just worry about that shit whenever the world's not coming to an end. That kind of thing. That's
yeah.
That was me.
Yeah.
That was me through the entirety of it, the entirety watching it, which is like, whenever actually they would solve whatever issue that was going on, I was like, finally, and then they go back to family drama. I was like, fuck.
Great.
And then we got, and it's supposed to come out this Friday, I believe, but a announcement that Bruce Lee's The Warrior is going to come to TV. Basically, in 1971, Bruce Lee had an idea for a television show called The Warrior about a martial artist in the Wild West. Yeah. If you've seen Kung Fu, the idea was kind of the same.
Okay.
He pitched it to like Warner Brothers and Paramount, a bunch of studios that were really popular at the time. Actually, what's funny is that they used the idea for The Warrior to make Kung Fu.
Oh shit, I didn't realize that Bruce Lee had a daughter.
Yep, she has a podcast right now. It's about
Shannon Lee. Bruce Lee's daughter and keeper of his estate, as well as executive producer of Warrior. Huh.
Yep. I'm legitimately looking forward to this because the idea is really cool. He just goes like Kung Fu stole the idea technically, but
you know what we didn't. I'm like thinking about this. You know what we did? There's not been a lot of stuff dealing with the Chinese immigrants in like the U.S. and like during the cowboy times.
Oh, I know. That's what.
That's what this is. That's what this seems like it's going to be about, and that's pretty cool.
Some of the stuff that Bruce Lee was pushing back when he was not all of it, obviously, but some of it he was pushing back in the 70s, was up putting light on the fact how Chinese Americans, specifically Chinese Americans, were treated in America during the 1800s. Because they were treated like shit, honestly, which is terrible. But yeah, we're going to get a Bruce Lee series. And I'm glad, and hopefully nothing bad happens to Shannon, because the last time Ali tried to step into the light, he died, so...
Well, it sounds like she's just going to be producing it and not acting too much in it, so... let's just hope.
I'm not one to believe in curses, but there are way too many, like weird similarities, because, what was it? A year before Bruce Lee died, his master died, and then Bruce Lee's son died in the '90s filming The Crow.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not saying I believe in curses because they're not real, but that's some weird shit. Weird coincidences.
To be fair, Yip Man died at the age of 79
True. He lived
of throat cancer. He kind of. It's not super like that one. Just kind of like a coincidence.
Very true. Then we got the next bit here is that I don't know why they put it as Felicity, but the actress Emily Rickards will not be
Who plays Felicity?
Right, will not be
I
returning.
don't. Why don't they have him with Black Canary?
Oh, okay, so I don't know what it's like now, but I did watch like the first like 4 or 5 seasons. He was with Black Canary for a while, the first Black Canary, but she died.
Uh-huh.
And then came back to the Lazarus Pit and then like left the show. I don't know if she ever comes back, truth be told. And then they had the second Black Canary, which was the first Black Canary's sister, and she died.
Uh-huh.
And as far as I know, she hasn't come back yet. And as of like the third season, I think it was second or third season, he was together with Felicity on and off. Very like on and off.
Okay.
Now,
But yeah, Felicity apparently is the name of the couple of Oliver and Ollie and Felicity.
Oh, okay. I guess that's something.
Sorry, I'm looking at Bruce Lee right now, and it is pretty much it's medical experts are pretty much it's cerebral edema, basically fluid in the brain.
Right.
You get it from getting hit in the head too many times, caused by overexertion and heat stroke.
Yeah, he also had issues that, mind you, a lot of stuff that he had found out really helped push like physical fitness material to the future. But he experimented on his body a lot to figure out what
he had his sweat glands removed in his underarm sweat glands removed in 1972.
Huh.
About a year or so before he died.
That seemed unnecessary, but I'm sure he had his ideas.
Yeah. So, yep.
Now this next big news, I'm gonna hold my judgment, but my first thought is no.
No. Nope. Nope. Nope.
So
nope.
In the new MCU, Wolverine will be played by Zac Efron.
I will say Zac Efron's is turning out to be an okay actor, but he's not Wolverine. He is too pretty and tall to be Wolverine.
I agree in that aspect, and my first thought was really High School Musical is going to be Wolverine.
Yeah. But I mean, you can't say anything about a musical because look who played Wolverine before.
Fair. That's why that's why I was going to say like that was my first thought. I'm going to hold back my opinion for now.
I'm going to say my opinion now. He's too tall, not hairy enough, and too pretty.
To be fair, people were saying the same thing about Jackman.
True.
Literally,
fine.
Like, you want him as Wolverine? He is too tall. That was literally the first complaint I remember hearing anybody say. He is too tall. He is too good looking. He is not hairy enough. I mean, that part turned out.
Fine. I'll hold my judgment back.
Speaking of weird, well, okay, no, this I'm actually okay with this casting choice, but they got John Cho to play Spike Spiegel in the Netflix version of Cowboy Bebop, the live action version.
Cool, John Cho. I think if he grows his hair out a bit and if he can throw it out a bit, he can do a fine job. I don't stop doing live action.
There are two pieces I have here. First, I hope they don't go full fro because that'll look fucking ridiculous on the character, just in general. Because that's not what I imagine with Spike Spiegel.
True.
I don't know what it is.
It's like a weird Jew fro.
His haircut doesn't work for TV, is what I'm saying. It works fine for anime. That aside, I'm not, how to put this. I am for the idea of a live action Cowboy Bebop, even if I don't really want it.
Out of all the ones, I feel it's the one that could probably work the easiest into live action.
Would be Cowboy Bebop, yeah. Because it was set in the future, but it was more grounded than in most animes of its time. So it's one of the few ones you can bring to live action.
I just over in general, live action anime, like stop making you don't need to make every animated thing live action.
This is true.
Let it stay animated.
I do feel as though that I might be a little more lenient if they do.
I'm also saying this because I actually prefer cartoons over live action stuff, so
I'm kind of hit and miss. Just depends on what I'm watching. But
I'm easier to forgive animation over live action.
Fair. I kind of hope though that they do like they did with the animation and tying the fighting to the music, because the music.
Oh, that's why okay. I sure hope John Cho has started training already, because having a Spike that can't do martial arts.
Well, I mean, he. What's funny because we were just talking about Bruce Lee. He knew Jeet Kune Do, which is Bruce Lee's martial art.
Okay, yeah. That's what Spike knew. Yeah.
Yeah. Look, I can.
Actually, John Cho.
I can be down for this. I really can. I'm gonna be hesitant.
I forgot he played Sulu.
Yeah, he played Sulu. He also played Harold and Kumar. He was also.
Oh yeah, I know he played Harold.
He was in Sleepy Hollow, not the 1990s one, but the series they had a few years ago.
So I mean, I've seen him do martial arts in the
I think he did it as Sulu though. I think Sulu was just.
He went around with a sword and stuff, so at least he knows like basics.
Okay.
Mustafa Shakir, Daniela Pineda, and Alex. So Mustafa Shakir. Oh, the guy who played Bushmaster is going to be playing Jet. Okay, I can see Jet being played by a big black man.
Now, my main question for you is who's going to play Ein?
I don't know, but yeah. Oh, cool. He's also playing Baron Samedi in the New American Gods show.
Nice.
Okay, I can dig this Jet.
For real though, real quick, just to give you a heads up. If you're interested in like writing, Neil Gaiman has a masterclass.
Yes.
I'm
still going over this. I'm still on the Cowboy Bebop thing. Daniela Pineda is playing Faye.
Okay.
She was in Jurassic Park: Fallen Kingdom.
Okay, I know what you're talking about now.
And then they haven't done Ed yet, but they've casted Vicious, and Vicious is played by Alex Hassel. He's in the same theater company as Ewan McGregor, Emma Thompson, and Bill Nighy.
But who's gonna play Ein? No one has answered that question.
I don't know, some dog.
Come on, the internet loves dogs. You gotta put that shit out early.
But yeah, nobody's been posted as Ein or Ed yet, so.
Next bit of news here is that despite the fact that there's been no trailer released to the general public, at the Star Wars celebration, apparently the Mandalorian trailer has doing well.
Yeah, apparently people liked it.
Yeah.
So, cool.
It would be kind of cool, Disney, if you had released it to the rest of the world at the same time, just kind
It'll show up after the Star Wars celebration is over.
It just seems like, whatever. So that's good. I don't, like, there's not really an opinion I can give because they didn't fucking give us anything to go off of besides it's doing good.
Yeah.
The next bit of news here is that they're working on a Monsters Inc. Incorporated TV show.
So I can see this going one of two ways, like every other Disney TV show. It's either going to be amazing and get no coverage, or be garbage and get all of the coverage.
I feel like it's going to be like a Disney show original, so it's going to be garbage, but get a lot of media coverage.
So it's not going to be down the row of the new Mickey Mouse cartoons or Starverses, or even the Tangled show. Apparently the Tangled show is apparently really good.
Yeah, that's what I've heard. Other bit of news here is that Oakley Dokley, the heavy metal band,
Kill. The
okay.
kill needs to be pronounced.
Okay, fair. It's a Ned Flanders-inspired heavy metal band known for their song White Wine Spritzer. Was featured on the latest episode of The Simpsons.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. I watched it. I'm like, hey, it's Okilo Dokilo.
Yeah.
Okili Dokili. Um, it's like, it's actually really cool that they got enough, like, clout that the Simpsons people are like, yeah, let's have you on our show.
If you like White Ryan Spitzer, by the way, check out Reading Education. Um, I mean, it's
They've
good.
got a number of decent songs if you like metal.
Yeah, I do like metal, and some. I mean, I don't like all their songs, but some of their songs are pretty good. Uh,
Right?
I mean, this is it's cool that like a fan band got some recognition from The Simpsons. You know.
Yeah.
Let's see. We're gonna get what's this now? History. What is this? What is this? What is this?
History of Marvel Universe series by Mark Waid. Basically, it's going to be a comic book series going over the history of the Marvel Universe. Basically, we're getting like short versions of previous storylines.
Oh, it's a good idea. Especially
It is,
especially for people.
and hopefully, it'll clarify things.
Yeah, sounds like a good idea, and it sounds like that book is going to be done in volumes.
Yep.
There's a lot of shit to go over.
What I'm hoping is it doesn't go over everything, and it just goes over what's canon currently,
Right.
because the canonity change, and it's very confusing of what is and isn't canon.
Speaking of which, of Marvel, Sue Storm is going to get her first solo series since ever, because she's been around for 50 years, but you know.
This literally blows my mind because I didn't realize she's never had a solo series. Like
would-
every other member of the Fantastic Four has had a solo series.
Ben Grimm joined the. I mean, he had a solo series, obviously, but he also joined the Guardians of the Galaxy. Mr. Fantastic made the Future Force.
Yeah, like they've all had their own like solo like run, and it's everyone except
Invisible Woman.
yeah.
What the shit? Like, it's been 60 years, not even one like her leading. Okay. Maybe it just like no one thought about it, and when people actually started asking for this kind of like general diversity of strong women characters, Sue kind of fell to the back.
I hope it's one of those things of hey, you've never done a solo series for Invisible Woman,
Oh yeah.
and then people going, wait, sure we have. Look new back issue, going like, oh shit, we've never done a solo series of Invisible Woman. Let's get on that right away.
Yeah. I'm honestly surprised, but I guess I'm happy that she's getting a series because not once, not in this 50 years she's existed, has she had her own series. That's surprising.
Right?
Let's see. We got a bit of anime's news. Dude trains like One Punch Man.
And apparently it works, except his hair hasn't fallen out yet, so he hasn't reached One Punch Man levels yet.
I don't think anybody can reach One Punch Man levels.
You gotta keep working out until your hair falls out.
True. But the difference is he did that for 1 year, and this guy, I don't know how long he did it, but maybe he's not pushing hard enough.
Maybe not.
Then we get a Gurren Lagann X
Gurren Lagann and Darlene the Franxx crossover movie. So, if you're unaware, do you know what Tenga Toppa Gurren Lagann is?
I mean, I've seen Gurren Lagann, but I don't know what Tenga Toppa is. That like a different series?
No, that's part of the name. That's the whole name. Tenga Toppa
okay.
Gurren Lagann
No, like I've seen
is the whole name of the series.
I've seen all of Gurren Lagann, but yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I haven't seen Darling in the Franxx any.
Darlene the Franxx is okay. It was made by the same people who worked on Gurren Lagann. A lot of people Gurren Lagann made their own studio called Trigger.
Right.
Their first major hit was Kill la Kill, which is one of my favorite animes. And their last one, the more recent one, was Darling in the Franxx, which I didn't mind. I liked it, but a lot of people disliked it. It has its problems, I'll admit. But it's basically more robots, and there's a crazy space thing going on, and they went into space, and all this other stuff happened, and I could totally see how the two would combine together, and if it does, I do kind of want to see this, and it's going to be super insane.
I have literally no interest in this whatsoever, and I freaking love Gurren Lagann. It was great. It was over the top, but it was wonderfully well done, and like bittersweet and a lot of points. And
that's kind of how Darling the Franxx was too.
Okay, I'm gonna try.
And they have a similar like cosmic bad guy thing that shows up at the last minute, and they're like, "Oh shit, this is what we've been fighting," kind of thing.
Right.
And I can definitely see that too happening. Trigger has a tendency to do this because the same thing happened in Kill la Kill.
Okay.
Like weird, like non-human alien shows up, and It's like, oh, this is the actual bad guy.
Gotcha. So we got a bit of news here. This one's actually technically old news, but it just resurfaced recently. And it was
What if Zelda was a girl?
back in the 80s, I think, whenever the very first Legend of Zelda came out, Japanese magazines thought that Link was a girl. So
What if Zelda was a girl?
What, Zelda is a girl. What if Link was a girl?
What if Zelda was a girl?
Zelda is a girl?
What if Zelda was a girl?
Okay.
So yeah, by the way, gender swap Link has been a thing since like the 80s.
Yeah. Like, people think it's new. It's not. So Link has existed in magazines for a while now, I guess.
Yep. So, yep. I mean, how hard? I mean, I guess I can see where they got the idea from.
Mm-hmm.
Because why is that up there? Did I put that in the wrong spot? I did put that in the wrong spot. I'm sorry. I'm talking to myself. Yeah, because looking at how the design is and some of this stuff, I can see where they got the idea from.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. What if Zelda was a girl?
Other bit of news here. This doesn't look right to me. Did you check out these pictures?
I did. That looks.
So
it's obviously the live action people are being put on front of the actual Sims animation, but done very poorly.
yeah. So I'm gonna probably say the name wrong. Moschino, which is a type of like fashion company, is releasing a lines of Sims inspired fashion.
Maybe Moschino, because I know Chino is the name of fashion.
That could be it, Moschino. And like, okay, first off, the clothes are all right. Nothing I really give a shit about. But the backdrops are so damn awkward to the real looking people.
It looks like they literally took screenshots of like Sims and then added some stuff in front of it.
Yeah, what the fuck are you doing, Moschino, whatever the pronunciation.
Oh my god, his jacket has pixelation. God. I don't know anything about fashion.
So, I don't jack all about fashion. If you see me, I still wear like I still dress like I'm from the 2000s sometimes. Let's move to the next bit here. So we got word as to why Ubisoft is not making Splinter Cell games, and it's just because.
Yeah, just because.
Yeah.
They'll probably make us one when the license starts to dry up. They'll probably make one real quick. It might just be like a mobile game.
Yeah.
That's how this shit works.
Then we got some more news. So some of the execs over at BioWare have decided to go and make D&D stuff.
It looks like they're making their own company, which is good because BioWare is no longer good anymore because it's been too EA-fied.
Yep, I wish I had the kind of money to buy BioWare from them, so I could invest.
So all of you people who are excited for the next Dragon Age game, you should probably pick this game up instead.
Go to the next part here. We already talked about that, so we don't have to worry about it. So it'd be this part here. We get a gameplay trailer at PAX East for Outer Worlds.
Sorry, I'm trying to find the name of the new that BioWare game that they're working on. It just says they're working on a D&E one, so keep an eye out. Dragon Lords, there we are.
Yeah.
It's up at the top. Odyssey, Dragon Lords. So yeah, do that one instead of Dragon Age. It'll probably be the same game, but without the EA thumb.
I really wish I could buy. I don't have the kind of money. I want to be a BioWare there and just be like, all right, we're not gonna do that shit anymore because fuck EA.
Let's cancel Anthem. Return everybody's money.
No, I'll just like, hey, you know what, EA, you could buy Anthem from me. Keep it. I don't care. It's all yours. I'm gonna take the Mass Effect and Dragon Age series. That's the ones I want. And then maybe start new ones, of course, if anybody has ideas. Blah 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 blah. But sorry. So yeah, they're gonna make their own game series, and I'm excited about that because BioWare legitimately can write good stories.
Okay.
Um,
Yeah, they can. They can. Oh, sorry. So we'll go on there. They released some trailer stuff, like gameplay trailer for the Outer Worlds,
it looks pretty good. Uh,
right?
from my understanding, it's gonna be pretty self-contained, so it's not like it's a free roam situation.
That's fine.
But there'll be plenty of like side quests and stuff to do. I don't know, like this looks good, and I mean, Obsidian Games generally makes good games, so this I'm looking
Right?
forward to.
And they have money they have Microsoft money and
Yeah, and
cool.
hopefully they don't get turned into Bioware. Um,
No.
and I don't know if you talked about this last episode though, but both Borderlands 3 and Outer Worlds are going to be Epic Store exclusives. I can't speak for Borderlands 3, but Outer Worlds is going to be only for 12 months. So when they
Borderlands 3 I think is only 6 months.
Okay. So it's going to be exclusive only for limited time on Epic Store. So you could then get it on other platforms for PC. But for, consoles going to remain the same. So maybe I'll just buy it for console. Who knows?
I'm willing to give the Epic Store a try. Like, I'll be honest, it's one of those things of
I like
Steam can't be the only one. I like Steam. Most of my stuff is on Steam, but Steam has a monopoly.
I don't like putting my card number out into the internet any more than I have to. And I like PC gaming. So I'm cool with putting out into like one or two gaming platforms. But when I start putting it into like, oh, you gotta put it in Origin, then you have to put it into Epic. Then
Oh
GOG,
my!
then
That's
Steam,
why I
then
have one
Gold
credit
Phone.
card that I use for all that stuff, and it's a different credit card than I use for other things.
Ugh,
It's less of a threat if you diversify your credit cards and have ones for different functions.
fair. Next bit of news here is that someone put creepy messages in the Oculus.
Yep, and the is it the hardware? It's in the hardware.
I mean, this sounds like something I would do because you don't think anybody would ever see that.
I find it hilarious. I wonder if anybody's actually complaining, or it's just something they found out and they're like, "Whoops."
That's probably what it is. And then I just wanted to cover the Oculus one because that was interesting and all. But then in the new, what the fuck are you doing, Nintendo? In the new Nintendo Direct, they've added a toad you step on,
Yeah.
and it's worse than you think because the area, I think it's like they're trying to imply a stomach, but they just kind of encompass all of his body that's not his head in the same area. So like you're stepping on his junk.
Yep, and apparently he has a foot fetish.
I guess, yeah. I mean, because he literally gets up for it. That's not even, like he.
It's like, oh,
Yeah.
ooh, 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 ooh,
Your foot's in the
ooh.
castle. Oh. What?
Ooh.
What is the? How do they not think that this is going to be a bad idea?
Maybe Japan has a different idea of what this is.
Japan knows exactly what they're doing.
I don't think so. Sometimes I don't think they actually know what they're doing.
This is one of the few ones I think that they're doing.
True. Yeah.
So let's go to the next bit here, and this is kind of good. So the Critical Role people from Geek and Sundry, because they're really popular. Have you checked out Critical Role before?
No, I haven't. I also haven't checked out the Adventure Zone.
Adventure Zone is pretty good, but it's different storytelling types because Critical Role is like when they're actually playing it there, and then they get like established voice actors to do their character voices.
I'll be honest. I think the only one of these things that I've checked out is Harmon Quest.
I can't do. I'm not good. Harmon annoys me. That aside, Adventure Zone's more like a narration because they have their characters, but there's less about dice rolling. But the good news is that the Legend of Vox Machina, because that's the name of the group, is getting Vox Machina is getting its own television series. They had initially asked for $750,000 to start the series, and was crowdfunded to $6.95 million as of the 11th.
Okay.
I think is what it said. So the 11th of March, excuse me. So they not only met their goal, they went above that. So we could get a animated. We're going to get an animated series based off of Critical Role. Honestly, Critical Role is not bad. I would suggest at least checking it out, but you have to be cool with the fact that it's just basically them playing D&D in front of a camera or mic, depending on how you listen to it.
I'm I don't know if I'll watch it, but I am excited for people who are excited for it, and I like the press the D&D stuff is getting from, but
Right.
I tend not to watch the stuff. I watch the gamers as well, and that one gets boring. And that one gets like you watch it once and you're done. I know people who can rewatch it again and again, but for me, I watch it once and I'm done.
For Critical Role, by the way, because I know that you are also a podcast listener, they have it in podcast form. So if you want to check it out, instead of watching it, you can just hear it on your way to work or something.
True. I don't know. It's cool. The animation looks fine. If I have time, if I'm like, oh, what should I watch? I'll probably try to watch it.
Yeah.
Kind of deal.
Honestly, I couldn't sit there and watch it because when I'm at home, I prefer to do other things. But when I had that, that time I listened to podcasts, that was a good time for me to do it.
Okay.
So yeah, it worked out pretty well for me. In that
I've got other podcasts to listen to, so.
Fair. Let's see. Next bit of news here. I wanted to eat this as a joke.
It's apparently only available in the UK.
We got. Because it came out around April 1st, so I thought this was a joke. But Heinz has announced only in the UK and for a limited time Cadbury cream egg mayonnaise.
I would eat it. Sadly, it's not available in the States.
I would try it once before probably immediately regretting it.
Mm-hmm. Vodka and mayonnaise. That's a problem for future Brian. Man, I don't envy that guy.
Last bit of news here. I think that's all we have for this episode. This last bit is I'll say the name wrong. Kaz Hirai is retiring from Sony. He's been with them for 30 years.
I think it's Kaz. Hirai.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's been literally since you were born and before I was
Jesus
born.
Christ.
He has been with Sony since then. He's retired.
And he's finally retiring.
I mean, he's been with Sony at some of its wealthiest times. It makes
true.
I mean, they have literally in the sense they've never been more richer now than they've ever been.
Though if we're getting a new president, there might be some changes in Sony in the future.
Also very true. Excuse me. So I mean, it's good for him. I don't know about him though. Personally, I don't feel like I could retire for terribly too long. I'm a mover type. I can't just sit around. So that may be just me though. He may enjoy his retirement.
But when you retire, it doesn't mean you're just stopping moving. It means he can go around and like do other things. Go enjoy his life.
I know. Like when I think retiring, I just think around like sitting around the house kind of thing, and that just doesn't sound.
Now you have time to travel, and he has the money to travel.
Damn straight he does. Sony's making a lot of money nowadays, not just off video games, but off movies too.
Technology.
Yeah.
My headphones are Sony.
My PlayStation, obviously, and I think that's the only Sony product I own besides video games.
Oh yeah, my PlayStation as well, but my headphones are Sony.
Then again, I got stuff that Sony has helped make in the past too. Oh.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's basically it for this episode. Thank you for joining us, because it's been 2 years, Brian. We've been doing this show for 2 years now.
Has it? I'm sorry, I'm kind of out of it today.
That's cool, man.
I started like drifting off like halfway through this podcast. This doesn't feel like a very good like 2-year anniversary episode. I feel we should do another episode after this one to actually celebrate our 2-year anniversary when I have some more energy.
I mean, to be fair, as far as celebrations go, it's pretty on brand, actually.
True, but we should try to maybe get a guest or something.
Okay, you wanted me to cut this last bit out or something? Do you want?
No, let's leave it in. Let's leave it in. If you want to be a guest on our next episode, let us know.
Yeah, because I mean, this is our 2-year like anniversary. I'll be honest, most of our we were pretty we were pretty mellow about the last anniversary as well. It's like I said, it's kind of on brand for us, but let's bring more people in. Let's get more people excited about not just our show, but about the shit they're interested in.
Yeah.
To want to come and talk about video games and movies or anime. Even if you don't want to be there for the whole thing, if you just want to talk about like a specific subject, I think I'd be down for that.
Right? Yeah. Just give us an email at email us at gspeakus@gmail.com, or give us a shout at
We-
give us a shout on Facebook or Twitter.
Yep. I mean, I have a post-credit thing I usually put in, but we have, Facebook.com/Geekus Speakus or at Geekus Speakus on Twitter. We also have our individual Twitters that we've both been on as well. I've been monitoring both. Brian, what is your Twitter handle?
My Twitter is Arxist, ARKZIST.
And mine is at Geekus Dean. It's literally just like take the first word of the name of the show and then take my name, and that's it. That's pretty simple. I mean, if you want to come on, if you want to talk to us, if you just want to come in and just talk about one specific thing, feel free to go ahead and just hit us up. I think I'd be down for that.
I would too. Yeah.
So thank you everyone, because it's been 2 years.
Yeah, thanks for listening. I didn't expect us to be doing this for this long.
We had a lot of ups and downs. A lot of stuff we don't always talk about in the show. Sometimes whenever our first platform was going under, and then we were panicking, and then it didn't go under, and we're like, well, fuck, why even bother with you guys then?
Yeah.
And then the amount of breaks we had, because technically I think
we're busy people. We have lives. We work.
I mean, without going too much into my own personal stuff, because there's some stuff I don't want to talk about until we get it out there. I don't just have my day job. I also have side projects or side hustles, if you prefer.
Oh, I do too. I got all sorts of stuff I got to take care of during the week, and trying to fit this in takes time.
Yeah. I mean, technically, I think we're supposed to have, because, 2 episodes a month. We're supposed to have 6 more episodes if we had followed to a T, but, I mean, fuck following to a T. I mean,
yeah.
It's not that we don't care about you guys. It's just that we're both busy people.
Yeah. We're both very busy.
But we do appreciate anybody who's been with us this long, legitimately. And, thanks for listening, everyone.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
So, this is our 42nd episode of our second year. And that's giving the name of the title, by the way.
So, smokable where it's legal?
And technically should not be smoking a bowl where it's not legal. Not that I'm condoning or condemning it.
We'll look the other way.
Yeah. Don't worry. Your secret's safe with me. Thank you all for listening, everyone. Have a good night.
Yeah. Good night, everybody.
Thank you everyone for listening to this week's episode. If you like our shows, you can stay up to date on our social media accounts. You have Facebook at facebook.com/Geekus Speakus, or you can find us on Twitter at Geekus Speakus. We're also on Tumblr. If you want to message us, you can feel free to do so at gspeakus@gmail.com. Feel free to contact us, give any opinions or any suggestions. I would like to thank the band The Spinwires for their song Girls Like You. You can find them on their Bandcamp for the newest albums. I'll also like to thank Tom for his awesome logo art that we got. Last bit here is I would like to thank you for, listening to our show. We really appreciate it. Feel free to, find us on pretty much anything nowadays. So Google Play, TuneIn, Apple Podcasts, and Spotify. Feel free to rate, subscribe, and just share it with your friends and family if you think we're appropriate. Anyway, I'd like to thank you all for listening. Have a good night.